Welcome back to the Blue Door Pub Thunderdome for you another Boo with Andy Carlson, Minnesota's 87th best daily podcast, closing out the week, the show about everything and absolutely nothing at all. What's the deal with Jerry? Sit shotgun is Uncle Nick on this glorious Friday after a long and grueling 3-day work week. Nick, how's it going?
Going good. Happy Friday.
Is it going good, though?
I hope. No, it's going good. That's good. I'm happy.
Do you have a residence yet?
As of, if you're hearing this recording, we're going to find out if I still got that condo. Because today would be the last day of my of the extension on the closing. And God, I really, if I don't get it, I will be very upset, and I will be not on the show for a while because I will be in jail because I will start fights.
Will you be that upset, though, Nick?
Yes, I will.
Nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
I mean, there's lots of condos out there. They build them every day.
Not really. No, okay, yeah, they are.
Yeah. So if this one doesn't work out because of, what was the issue? Health? Safety?
I think a little bit of both.
Oh. Do you want to live in an unsafe, unhealthy place for your golden years?
Yes, goddamn. I love having a place of my own, and I'm grateful for all my friends who've been housing me. It's been lovely. It's just, you don't feel like a full person when you don't have a place for your own. That's all I'm saying right now. So, I want to feel fulfilled. I want to feel like I own something, or renting to own something.
It's good to own land. Tell a friend, spread the word, iTunes, Stitcher, radio, and follow me on all the social medias at Andy Carlson Show. Very on brand. And, by the way, if there's a new social media app that's going to be coming down the pipeline, like, I don't know, Coffee Talk, like that's going to be the new Twitter. And if you squat on my handle, come on. That's all I got to say. Also, something I got to say is sunscreen. So I'm very big into the sunscreen now because even though I don't get sunburned, I get sun-kissed, as it were, in my older age. Because as a kid, I was always I'm a dark-skinned Asian, and if you look around the sort of the cliches are the Japanese are pretty light-skinned, Chinese are too. Koreans, we're pretty dark. And also same things with like the Vietnamese, the Hmongs, Filipinos to a degree because you're all half Spanish anyways. Except for Rob Schneider. And, growing up, I don't know if it was the era or maybe my parents weren't just on top of things, but I didn't wear sunscreen until I was 23. Pretty sure. And that was when I met the wife.
Oh, really?
And then she yelled at me to put on sunscreen.
I see you as a pretty active kid. I mean, being outdoors quite a bit. So you just never been severely burned at all? Or have you just
I've never had a sunburn. Okay. I've gotten... it's like the color of salmon... Like, not even line-caught salmon, like farm-raised salmon, where they haven't added the dye to it, and then you just cook the bejesus out of it so it turns into cat food. I've been that color. Yeah. But overall, no sunburn, no need for aloe vera, no skin peeling, and nothing like that. And it just, I don't know. It might, like, did you grow up with sunscreen?
A little bit,
yeah.
But obviously, in my older age, I just chose to avoid going outside and being in the public. Easy thing to do.
Well, 'cause I remember it's all coming back to me now, like I blacked it out. We had this one bottle of Banana Boat, brown bottle with like crap and caked oozing out of the top that sat in the bathroom closet for pretty much my entire childhood until I moved out. And it was like, so maybe my parents weren't even that big into sunscreen either. And they were gringos.
Do they go out a lot? I mean, like
outside? Yeah, they're mowing lawn, working the yard. I honestly don't recall them ever putting on sunscreen.
Maybe it was a routine they did that you didn't notice or something. That's kind of Weird. A lot of people generally burn, even...
Oh, they had a sunscreen closet. It was like, it's like the Bat Cave. Like they go to the grand piano in the ranch style house that I grew up on. Ding, dong, doon, to the sunscreen cave.
Well,
under the east wing.
Under the east wing. Well, I mean, like, you never seen your parents shower, did you? I mean, the whole, maybe it was one of their...
Well, I didn't intently watch them, unlike present company.
Whoa, gross! Burns my eyes.
Well, that's what was implied.
Okay, yeah, but yeah, I'm just saying, maybe you just didn't see him put on sunscreen. It's a totally normal thing.
Did your dad ever wear sunscreen? Because they'd be like, Nikki, get my back.
That's so hauntingly scary. Yeah. That's how my dad sounds. But no, I don't think Dad ever really did it. Because my dad, as a full-blooded Filipino, he browns pretty well in the summers. So, I do have one quick sunburn story.
Yeah.
The one time I'll always remember that, like, damn, maybe I should have wore sunblock. Because as a half Asian growing up, I was pretty dark as a child, but I think something in my genes, I am much lighter. People, when they outsee me today, I mean...
Although your brother looks like Casper.
Yeah, my brother is very like the Rob Schneider white.
Like your brother, even though he's half Filipino, could have been growing up in 1930s Germany and like the Hitler Youth. They'd be like,
he's safe.
He's all right.
Yeah. Yes. That was what my brother's quote was back in his yearbook. Anyway, speaking of my brother, the worst sunburn I ever got was the day of his wedding. It was an afternoon wedding. It was down in Florida, so it was a destination wedding.
Oh.
And I didn't realize the whole notion of when you're out in the pool during the day and like it's bright and sunny out, if you don't wear sunblock and if you're in the water especially, that mofo just doublifies the intensity of the burning. So it wasn't the day of the wedding, but the next morning I woke up beet red, like I was constantly warm. I was constantly warm and just in pain. Like that is such. It's so mind blowing to describe that pain if you never been through much of it.
Something also mind blowing is Soda Stick Co. They had a massive 4th of July sale, but hey, still pick up your parcels and use promo code PURPLEFTW. Get free U.S. shipping. They got some great new hats, the Touch 'em All, baseball inspired. Get your head out of the gutter, and also brand new Skull hats in the new Skull shirts. In the new colors. They are awesome. SodaStickCo.com. Promo code PURPLEFTW. You know what to do. And by the way. So outdoor weddings. I know that it's wedding season and all that jazz and stuff. And I now, since I was a little girl, since I grew up, I've always wanted this outdoor garden wedding. And that's fantastic. That is, I want you to live your dream. But have your outdoor wedding in the spring or in the fall. If you have an outdoor frickin' wedding in July or August in the great state of Minnesota, which becomes basically as human as John Goodman taking a shower without turning the fart fan on. John Goodman Fat John Goodman. He lost some weight. He looks good. But fat, formerly alcoholic John Goodman rolling out of a sauna after eating 4 bowls of his famous chili. Yeah, that's the sort of humidity that's going on right now in July and August in the great state of Minnesota. So I understand it's your dream to have the outdoor wedding. But also, most of these places, we have our outdoor wedding at the park. These places don't have shade. All right, so you stack up all the chairs. You take a park like Mears Park, for example. It's a nice square. And they stack the chairs right in the middle, the center of the stupid park, away from all of the trees, away from all the buildings. Like, you pick the one patch of grass at this time of day that's going to have direct sunlight, and it's humid out, and I hate you. But congratulations on your big day.
And I hate you.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
it's frustrating when people do fall weddings, but I like fall weddings. It's a little bit cooler, and I like college football. I'm not a massive college football fan, not a diehard, so it's like whatever. I respect the people who do the winter weddings.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to one this winter. This will be my first winter wedding.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I think it's the way to go because usually less wedding traffic. Venue is probably going to be slightly cheaper in the winter session, and yeah, I mean it's a nice little breakup. Everyone's got seasonal affective disorder. Why not get together, put on a suit, and drink a lot of booze?
Yeah,
and not sweat your balls off.
Yeah, I mean a lot of people. I mean, obviously it's nice to be pretty warm, but I mean that's why you have an indoor freaking wedding.
Yeah.
So
Ooh. Also, usually the outdoor weddings at the ass end of July and or the front end of August when it's the worst here in Minnesota. That's when they put on the formal dress is requested, and that means you're going back to the old west when you're like Daniel Day-Lewis and There Will Be Blood, and you're in the 3-piece wool suit and the top hat. Oh, I know. Back then they wore like 5-piece suits. Yeah, that's the minimum. That's the minimum that Princess wants at her stupid outdoor wedding. So you show up like Daniel Day-Lewis, and then that's the best weight loss solution. Medifast should, instead of their candy bars, wherever the heck they do, that are like 400 calories, and you only get one of them a day. Instead of that, they should have the going to an outdoor late July, early August wedding where the bride requests formal dress because she is a monster.
Wow. That's
a lot to take in.
Sorry, that kind of blew my mind.
We're 12 minutes in. I haven't even introed the show. Today, Nick and I, we have How Will They Be? Tragic Endings edition. Ooh. So Dave Carradine might be on the list.
Wait. How will they be when they die? Is it a death edition?
Well, the way it's explained to me, it was like tragic endings in a movie. So the people might still be alive, but their characters met a tragic end.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. And also, I want to go over just we're going to start doing this, a top 5, and we'll do this once a week, and it's really easy content, and I can bitch about things, and it's good. But today, I put out to Nick, top 5 Twin Cities restaurants. Now, this is going to be a personal ranking, obviously, and I'm going to take Blue Door out of it, because I'm a little bit too close to Blue Door. Blue Door is awesome. I love them. They would be easily my number 1. But then, if they were, people would cry, well, you're just taking care of the longtime sponsors, the ones that have taken care of you since day one, and blah blah blah. Or if I put my number 2, they'd be like, "How come you're not? How can you take your sponsors' money if you're not standing behind their product?" So I'm just going to remove them from the list, and got my top 5. Nick, do you have your 5?
Yes, I have it ready.
Intro.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the 5 fingers? Say to the face. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, that's from the old school Andy Carlson show, which think about bringing back.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, so top 5. Let's go 5 to 1. Nick, I'll give you the honors. What's your number 5 Twin Cities restaurant? Now,
right.
Full disclosure, my list is going to be a little bit janky and a little bit biased. And I know it's not going to fit well with the food hipsters, but whatever.
Is it all right if I kind of give a quick intro about my list?
Yes.
All right. Andy texted me this morning, as he usually does, for any type of show notes. So if I sound a little stuttery, that's kind of why. And
we should call you Stuttering Nick. You can be like Stuttering John from John Melendez from Stern and Leno.
I'll try. Anyway, I tried to come up with a list, and I think I have a pretty good list. And my little things about my list are restaurants that I've been to, and as a lot of you know, I like to go out a lot. But I also don't have a big budget, so a lot of the big names you might expect on Best Restaurant here, you might not see, so you might not see all the big fancy ones, which I won't mention because maybe Andy might talk about them later. But these are restaurants that I've been to and have impacted me, something I liked that I've gone to.
Wait, so is this going to be like McDonald's Uptown, McDonald's Roseville, McDonald's St. Paul?
I try to not make it like fast foody or like chainy and too much.
White Castle.
White Castle.
White Castle. We're pressed against for time, but
Okay,
sometime you're going to tell the White Castle hot dish story.
Okay, fine.
All right.
Okay, all right. Number 5. Let's go with My favorite Italian place that I can think of, Buca di Beppo.
Buca de Pep. I freaking love Buca.
Yeah, located in, this is kind of semi-chain, but located, the one I've gone to is the one off of West 7th by the airport. Yeah. But it's a great place, lots of food.
Oh, yeah.
And, as a big guy, I could go by myself, but it's good to go with family style.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't taken you out for your birthday. Maybe we'll go to Buca, because there's one right in Burnsville. That's the one we've gone to a bunch. Yeah. It's always a little odd, though. I feel like, they push the family style sharing thing, except if you have a large group, we're not really into the big sharing thing. Especially you get the table at the Lazy Susan, and you're just like, man, everyone ordered crap. I really just want some nice eggplant parm, or I kind of ordered a steak. I don't want to send part of my steak over to Todd. No, screw that guy. No, he's turning the Lazy Susan. He's like, at Buca di Beppo, when you're here, you really are family.
It's one of those things we have to go with the right people. I've heard horror stories of friends who've gone who are like, I so wanted to order this, but these other two people I was with wanted this one instead. And I'm like, you know what? Order your own thing, because they let you take stuff to go and just deal with it. I mean, it's, you're paying quite a bit, but you're getting a ton of food for it.
Yeah, I remember we went there in college for my business fraternity that the wife and I were in, and I'm pretty sure we had a group of like 30, because we got, I think we had 2 of those friggin' tables. And, of course, in a large group, you have to be seated in proximity to each other, because it's very annoying. But you got to imagine what kind of tip. I know there's mandatory gratuity, but, some 30 broke college kids weren't going a penny over that mandatory 15 or 20%. Yeah, I'm sure that had to be a treat. And then separate checks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Great. Sorry, do you have any more?
No.
Right, my number 5, steakhouse in Eden Prairie, Wildfire. Been there a handful. It's mostly it's kind of the go-to Christmas place, because we got friends all over the metro, and downtown's a pain in the ass having to pay for parking and stuff. And Eden Prairie is relatively central to where everyone is. Got a lot of friends out of the western suburbs, and Wildfire is great. You get a really good steak, and they got competitive prices. They got a great wine selection, and it's good. I really like it.
I wonder if I've been there. I'm not sure if I have. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you were there for one of the Christmas ones.
Maybe.
Yeah. We should call in ahead for reservations now.
You kind of have to nowadays.
Yeah. Oh, also, I've been in their bar, because I was getting dinner with a friend over there a while back, and we stopped into this hole-in-the-wall bar, except they're doing like bar trivia, and people were taking it like way too seriously. So we just bounced out and sat in Wildfire's bar area and had a drink, and it was awesome. Love that place.
It's good to have multiple good reasons to go to a place.
What's your number 4?
I have my number 4. Thinking of restaurants, a lot of people think just dinner places.
Yeah.
I had to go with my number 1 breakfast place with number 4. And it is, this is kind of a chain, but it's a really wholesome family restaurant, Keys Cafe.
Is it a chain?
Yeah, there's I think half a dozen locations in the Twin Cities.
Okay, but is it like locally owned?
Yes.
All right, so not a national chain.
Not a national chain,
that's fine.
But okay, yeah. So Keys Cafe, fantastic breakfast if you guys have ever gone. I don't know if I've ever had their lunch and dinner menu, because they are open for lunch and dinner. But my weekends, I love going out, nice warm breakfast. They have the finest bacon around, and that really makes a good breakfast.
Is it thick?
Yeah.
Is it wide?
A little bit.
Is it salty?
Yeah.
Totally
Whoa.
gonna pork. Number 4. Most of my list is pretty high end, but that's okay. Number 4, Manny's Steakhouse. Now, I've only been there thrice in my life, but it's save up a couple of ducats, treat yourself, have it be the birthday anniversary dinner. It's fantastic. It's well worth the price, well worth the hype, and it lives up to it. And it's just a nice little. All right, so high-end steakhouses like this, for dates with the wife, she always likes going to more like a supper club place. Mm-hmm. But I feel like steakhouses, that's like high-end bachelor party stuff.
Oh yeah.
Where get a private room in the back, get a giant-ass piece of beef, and get about 3 or 4 Maker's Marks, and Yeah, and like cuss and like say derogatory things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that's just with the wife. Oh, no. All right, what's your number 3?
All right, my number 3, I went steakhouse. I've never been to Manny's. I've always wanted to go. My closest for a really good steak was Ruth Chris.
Oh, yeah. No, Ruth's Chris.
Ruth's Chris.
Ruth's Chris. Yeah, 'cause
Steakhouse.
it was Chris's Steakhouse, and then Ruth frickin' bought it. And, of course, Ruth is such a huge narcissist that I have to call it Ruth's Chris, the name that no one's ever going to pronounce right.
Yeah.
Or we're going to sound like Sarah Paulson out here. Ruth's Chris. Mm-hmm. Although she's worked out her lisp. Good for her. So, Ruth's Chris.
Yeah, any steak, you got to have a steak place. So, only one I really had that's kind of memorable out of the Twin Cities.
I think I went to the Vegas one.
I've been to 2. I think I've been to the one in Minneapolis, and I've been to, first time I think was Denver. So, fantastic.
Oh, now, I would put Fogo on this list because I've been to the Vegas one a bunch of times, but I've never been to the Minneapolis one yet.
I've never been. I can't wait. We're going to go one of these days.
All right, so we're doing that for your birthday.
Okay.
All right. Next up, my number 3, Stella's Fish Cafe. And now, I know I'm too old for Uptown, but you get a nice night, you get out there, and they got some great. I really like their sushi, which I understand they're not necessarily a sushi joint, except they are a very fresh fish cafe, and it's fun, and also it's interesting people watching. There's a high rise of condos across the way, and people are very open to, let's just say, to put it mildly, have sex in front of the window and have people watch.
Whoa. I've been there to drink. I'm definitely missing the show part of that restaurant.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. What's your number 2?
All right, number 2, I had to, I want to get a variety of different foods in here, and one of my favorite types of meals to go out is hibachi, and it's hard to choose. There's a lot of good chains and restaurants for hibachi in the Twin Cities. I chose a local one by the place where I work in Plymouth called Kobe Japanese Steakhouse. So they do sushi, which obviously, we could do a whole list sometime of like where's the best sushi, but that's another episode.
Kobe, I think I've been there.
Yeah, Kobe does have sushi, and for one of my birthdays, I think when I was living in Plymouth, me and my family went there for hibachi, and hibachi is a great experience if you've ever done it before. You got the Japanese chef. He's like flipping stuff, fried rice, types of meat grilled up. Fantastic. I recommend hibachi something for sure. Kobe.
So that was your number 2?
Yes.
All right. My number 2 is also sushi. Also going back to the Eden Prairie area, a place called Kona. Now it's definitely a higher end on the sushi spectrum, but it's going to be well worth it. And it's one of those cool places where you know that the sushi chefs are like literally just fresh off the boat. Like they're speaking hardcore Japanese. Like they're probably like trance DJs when they're not working and making fantastic sushi. And they got all the standard sort of gringoized rolls, except when we were there, we basically the chef's like, surprise us. Bring us whatever you want. And one of them, it sticks with me. It was so good. But it was warm. It was warm eel, but it was like mashed, like pulverized. So it looked like a brain coming in, and then also had like salmon roe and wrapped with the nori, and it was like warm. And I remember eating it, and the texture wise, it was a big turnoff, but the flavor wise, it was amazing. I mean, it was so good. And yeah, I honestly think Kona is. We'll have to beta test and find out what the best sushi in the Twin Cities is, but Kona's up there for me.
Is that a chain? I feel like there more than one Kona. Okay.
Yeah. It's like a high end chain. Like it's I'm trying to think of I guess it'd be like Fogo.
Crisp, but okay. Yeah.
And what is your numero uno?
I realize.
Man, I got these cheeseburgers, man.
I can't believe you play that one because my number 1 has to deal with cheeseburgers. But I will do a shout out. one of my favorite restaurants of all time is Khan's Mongolian stir-fry place, but I didn't choose that for number one.
Oh.
Something else kind of came up, and because I was worried, I didn't know if you wanted to, because I do love our great sponsor at Blue Door, because they do have fantastic burgers, but my favorite Juicy Lucy place right now of all time is Shamrock's, part of the brand of the Nook, located in St. Paul. Fantastic burgers. Great atmosphere down there. Just bar food, just basket style. Very simple, not too pricey. Fantastic food all around.
Also, they have the Michael Floyd burger, don't they?
Yes, I think they have a couple burgers named after. I think there's a Paul Molitor, which is one of my favorite Juicy Lucy's. I think Joe Mauer has a burger there. There's quite a few. It's quite a few burgers there. They have great live music at that location. I don't know if any of you guys have been to the Nook located in St. Paul. It's kind of like Blue Door. You have that small, tight little hole in the wall place. But gosh, I mean, burgers. I think I've been told they're like fresh, never frozen, fantastic, just meat in general. That's something. Any place can really make a burger, but something about their place is it's fantastic.
Yeah,
Matt Burke.
Yeah, the fresh, never frozen beef makes a really big, really big difference. It does. All right, so we got the Nook Shamrock's menu up. The Paul Molitor, juicy nookie stuffed with pepper jack cheese. Matt Burke. 2 patties with pepper jack cheese. You can't pass this one up. Also hates the gays.
Whoa.
Joe Mauer, 2 hamburgers and 1 order of fries. Oh, Joe Mauer hit a double. I get it.
That's funny.
They should serve this with milk.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. Michael Floyd, topped with pastrami, cream cheese, pickle planks, and mustard. You know why? Because this sounds like a drunk person made it.
Pastrami, huh?
I love pastrami. It's good.
Well, what's pickle? What?
Well, pickles, cream cheese, and pastrami instead of ham. It's like a pickle roll-up.
Oh, interesting.
I just put it on a burger. Yeah, it's good. And my numero uno, biased because speaking of the wife, enjoys more supper clubs. We've been to Jensen's probably a half dozen times, and it never fails to be awesome. And it's like old school. They got the prime rib Friday, Saturday. They're very famous for their walleye. They're fantastic. And great service, great martinis. Love Jensen's. It's right up in Eagan. So, yeah, if you're up in the cities and maybe you got restaurant fatigue, head on down to Jensen's for some old school throwback style. And yeah, that's my list.
Have you? Was that the one I went with to for like when Peepers came to town?
I think so.
My friend came to town.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, excellent food there.
Yeah. What'd you get?
I think I got like a New York strip or something.
What do you think was
I got a steak. I got a fancy steak.
We're going to take an early break, and then we'll be right back with more Boo and then Carlson on a Friday. So 2016 sucked for the Vikings, and also for a number of other reasons I heard, but it's okay. 2017 is upon us. Vikings fans, let's get going. All off-season, Purple for the Win coming right at you through free agency, the draft, and OTAs and training camp. Here we go. Get the show on 1500 ESPN, Podcast One, and the Podcast One app. And coming back into the Blue Door Pub Studios, baby. And, we're talking about the favorite restaurants in the Twin Cities. And I know I gave Blue Door Pub emeritus status, but they would be in there. They would be all up in that mix, mainly because of the new chicken sandwich, the Cluck, and what they do. They got dry fried chicken sandwich, so tasty, so juicy. But that's not it. Oh, no. That was enough to sell you. But they got more. Coleslaw, barbecue sauce, pickle, right up on top. Delicious. Get it all 3 Twin Cities locations, St. Paul, Longfellow, and University on Como, thebdp.com. All right, Nick, so do you want to play the game or do you want to hit news?
Let's play the game.
All right.
I'm cool with whatever.
All right. And if I can find the game.
Celebrities are old.
69, dudes!
The question is, how old?
Get off my lawn.
Time for another rousing round of How Old They Be.
I can't let you in because you old as fuck. For this club, not, for the earth.
Because you're too old for this club. For this club. For this club. All right, so How Old They Be, Tragic Endings Edition. Big thanks to superfan Alex for helping producer Allie on this, because apparently my assistant needs an assistant.
Hey-o.
Hey-yo. All right, so you know the game. We got 12 names and of actors and actresses
I get it.
who met tragic endings in their movies, but are probably still alive. And then we guess how old they are, and whatever you're off, that is your score. Lowest score wins. If you hit it dead nuts on, that's a 5-point deduction. Now, Nick, you have not fared well in this game as of late. Although we did have a tie like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's okay. Maybe this will be your time. Here we go. Number 1, Julie Benz. Julie Benz, who played Rita in Dexter. Also was Detective Eunice something in Boondock Saints 2. Boondock Saints 2 frickin' sucked.
I liked it. I didn't think it was too bad.
You would like it.
You know what? Yeah.
All right, so Julie Benz, how old would she be? This is tough because I feel like she's in the Naomi Watts sort of category where she's obviously gorgeous, but it's tough to tell, is she 35 or could she be 45? I mean, there's a decade window there that wouldn't shock me, but I'm going to say Julie Benz is 40. But that thing too was a while ago. 44.
Oh, man, I went 54.
54, uh-oh.
I thought she was around for a while, but I might totally be off.
Julie Benz is 45.
Oh,
Nick,
Julie.
But hey, you got a dyslexic. We'll give you.
No.
Number two out of 12, Asa Butterfield. Asa Butterfield, who played Bruno in Boy in the Striped Pajamas. I have no idea who this is. I assume it's the kid.
Yes, I think Asa Butterfield is the kid from the what was the movie that just came out last year? The one where he see the Penguins children or whatever.
Mr. Popper's Penguins?
Something like that.
That's a stupid movie.
Well, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. All right, so Asa. We need more people named Asa, by the way. That's a good name.
Maybe.
Asa is either the stripper at the transvestite strip club, or he's the most hardcore badass tobacco eating, not chewing, eating Marine who's first on the beach and last to leave. It's very binary with Aces. Anyways,
Maybe.
So he was in the movie that came out a while ago. He was the kid, probably in his 20s. I'll say 22.
I said 19.
19. Asa Butterfield is 20. Hey.
Ooh.
Hey. Next up, number 3, Jennifer Connelly. I freaking love Jennifer Connelly.
Oh, yeah, she was gorgeous.
Marion Silver in Requiem for a Dream. Now, does she get naked in this movie?
No.
Damn it.
She gets close.
She gets naked in one of these movies.
A lot of bad things happen to her in that movie, though. We won't talk
Call it
about
Mr. Skin. All right, so Jennifer Connelly. A lot like Julie Benz, she's been around for a long time. Was it Labyrinth? Was her first big one? So you could say like 39 to 50, and I wouldn't really be shocked. But I think she's in her 40s. Not too 40, though. So I'm going to say Jennifer Connelly is... She still looks great, by the way. I mean, she's flawless.
I don't know what else she's been in lately, though. That's kind of what I'm worried about.
I'm going to say 40... 44 worked last time. 44 again.
I'm going to flip it around and go 45.
45. Jennifer Connelly is 46.
Ooh, help me out a little bit.
Not bad. Next up, Jeffrey DeMunn. Jeffrey DeMunn, who played Dale in The Walking Dead. Jeffrey DeMunn, Dale in The Walking Dead.
I don't know who this is.
I do know who this is, but I'll throw you a bone.
That's fine.
All right. So Dale in The Walking Dead, you'll know him. Like, he's the ultimate, well, not ultimate, but he's one of those, oh, yeah, that guy, where he plays a lot of bit roles and whatnot. And bring him up. Yeah. All right, so older guy with the beard,
Whoa.
He's always the sort of paranoid guy as he was in the TV show. So Jeffrey DeMunn. Okay, so he's up there.
All right.
He always plays like the smarmy, like corporate executive too. Yeah, I'm gonna say 72.
I said 65.
65. Jeffrey DeMunn is 70.
Ooh, nice.
Up there. Made it to the old siete. That's not Spanish. Number 5. Gianna Facio, Maxine's wife in Gladiator.
It's been ages since I've seen that movie.
Her end, not ideal. Not great. By the way, I first saw Gladiator in theaters with a church group.
Oh, my.
Yeah, because Christianity, by the numbers, is weird. Like, if this movie had any titty pop out, we would have had to leave the theater. But the beheading and the blood and the gore, we're all right with that, because that's in the Bible.
It is in the Bible.
Little does my pastor know, there's plenty of titty in the Bible. But I digress. All right, so Gianna Facio. I assume she's like some sort of European actress. Gladiator came out in 98 or something like that. So I'm going to... hell. I'll just say 49.
I said 55. I have no idea who this is.
Gianna Facio is 61. Oh.
Ooh. Bump me out a little bit.
I'm sure she's fine. Except for when the horse ran over a kid. Number 6.
Spoiler.
And then the Praetorian Guard, crucified them. Number 6, Edward Furlong. Edward Furlong, who played Danny in American History X. Do you know who this is?
Oh, yeah. Edward Furlong, he's John Connor, Terminator 2.
Oh, that's your brony.
And, yeah, a lot of not good things. And I think the rest of his life was probably worse than what happened to Danny at American History X.
How long is a furlong?
It's a couple. Isn't a furlong like the measure of like a racetrack or something?
Is it a dead horse spread out from hoof to hoof?
Maybe.
Where they extend the legs. So, what happened to him in American History X? Did he get killed by a black...
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, I assume that's what happened to everyone. Because, American History X, I watched it once, have not revisited it, because it's not really the...
Watch it again with you. Come on, Dad. I want to watch
Friday night. Dad, get out the popcorn machine. We're going to watch American History X.
Yeah, it's definitely not one of those. Powerful movie. As Edward Norton's, one of his most dramatic films, and Edward Furlong had a minor role as a younger brother who, unfortunately, didn't. He was trying to get his life back together at the end and kind of pissed off enough people with sorry, too late.
All right, I'm going to say this jabroni is 37.
I said 36.
36. Edward Furlong is 39.
Oh.
Ooh. Halfway there. I think Nick might have a slight lead.
No, I think you might be one or two, but we're close, I think.
Yep. All right, so number 7, Ryan Gosling, who played Noah in The Notebook. Although, was it really tragic? They got to die together, which doesn't happen except on the Today Show when they point it out every freaking time it happens. Ryan Gosling, also the worst white DB in high school football history. He was bad. He was bad that he had to hand over his job to black scrubs.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, so Ryan Gosling. He's 30, right? Is he shacked up with Eva Mendes? Been around the block, stupid Mickey Mouse Club. It's actually low-key really funny.
I believe you.
Like Gosling and Channing Tatum are two guys where if they had like zero comedic chops on the screen, you could be like, yeah, that's fine. But no, they're actually really funny. So Gosling, I'm going to say 34.
I said 42.
Ooh.
I think he's old, isn't he?
Ryan Gosling is 36.
So he's 3 years older than me and done way more with his life than I did.
I mean, there's 3 years. That's a lot of days. That's almost 1,000 days, Nick. It's over 1,000 days. Number 8, Thomas Jane, who had the best cameo on Arrested Development. I'm Tom Jane. As he tried to have on-screen chemistry with Ellen's girlfriend, Portia de Rossi.
Yes. I miss Tom Jane. I thought The Punisher, his obvious peak.
Yeah, Tom Jane and The Punisher, that one's the best one. The one with Ray Stevenson, not so great, but Tom Jane, OG Punisher with John
Travolta was the bad guy.
John Travolta, not William Hurt, the other guy. Anyways, all right. So he also played David Drayton in The Mist. So Tom Jane. Oh, also Roy Schneider is the Punisher's dad.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Damn it!
Samantha Mattis was the wife.
Oh, Rebecca Romaine Stamos
Yep.
and young Ben Foster.
Oh yeah,
is in there.
Ben Foster.
Ben Foster's going to win an Oscar, by the way. But yeah, we're getting off topic. So Thomas Jane, he's in the Showtime show Hung, where he played a man whore. Old, been around. Him and Aaron Eckhart need to go into if the aliens come down and they're like, "Ball, Zoidberg, send us your most handsome 40 to 50-year-old male." It would be him and Aaron Eckhart. Like they should have a squared chin off. Anyways,
yeah.
Tom Jane. I'm gonna say, I'll just say 50.
I said 53.
53. Tom Jane is 48.
Oh, hold on. No, not too far off, but God, that Punisher was a number of years ago. So, gosh, it was young.
4 names to go. Number 9, Richard Madden. Richard Madden, who played Robb Stark in Game of Thrones. Dun, 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 dun.
I know you're not. I know you have no idea who he is. You can look him up. I know. I am Game of Thrones.
Are you though? If
Are you curious what happened to him? No, I'm not gonna tell you.
is he the one who dies in Red Wedding?
Yes.
Okay, because I mean that's a pretty good shot because I feel like half the cast died. All right, so this Jabroni. All right,
we're gonna view that scene later.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 34.
I said 38.
38. Richard Madden is 31. Oh,
youngin'. He's a young prince.
All right, 3 names to go. 3 names to go. Kristen Ritter, who apparently is not related to John Ritter. Speaking of tragic endings. No. Played Jane in Breaking Bad. And also, that was the moment in Breaking Bad where you knew that Walter broke bad because he watched her die from a OD, overdose. Like, he could have saved her. Like, he could have turned her on her side, except he just let her choke to death on her vomit. It was a great scene. So Kristen Ritter.
I have no idea who this is.
Also, who
we don't have to look it up.
Who played Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23.
Okay, that helps.
The one where James Vanderbeek played James Vanderbeek.
Okay, all right. I'm going to use that as kind of a reference for aging. Give me just 1 second here. Okay, good.
All right, I'm going to say Kristen Ritter is... we'll go 34 again.
I went 41.
41. Kristen Ritter, 35.
Oh, my gosh.
Nice. 2 names to go. Martin Estevez. Martino de Caliente Estevez. Martin Sheen played Ben Parker, the Amazing Spider-Man. Oh, man. Spider-Man can't order Chinese because of Uncle Ben. Why? So Martin Sheen. Also, let's see here. Is in a lot of Gettysburg movies. Civil War movies playing Robert E. Lee. He was in West Wing. He was in all that crap. All right, so Martin Sheen, 7. Could Martin Sheen be 80? I mean, Charlie Sheen's in his 50s, right?
This is tough. I'm going to go with my first choice. Okay.
All right, so Martin Sheen
I'm going to go with my first choice.
does not have AIDS, unlike certain roots of his family tree. Martin Sheen, I'm going to say...
Not Emilio.
said certain roots. 75.
I said 72.
72. Martin Sheen, 76.
Wow.
Ooh. Damn. I think this is the first time in a long time that neither one of us have had one right on.
Yeah, and I really needed that one to be right on.
Last but not least, Hilary Swank, who played Maggie in $1 Million Baby. But I didn't get all the way through that movie. But, hey, she got her shot at the title fight. All right, so Hilary Swank, Boys Don't Cry. Boys Don't Cry. Also in the same vein as American History X. Like, hey, we're having everyone over for movie night. We got the double feature of American History X and Boys Don't Cry. It's going to be great.
That could have been... I can't think of a happy movie with Hilary Swank, to be honest with you, because it didn't go well for her in that movie.
Isn't she in a superhero movie? Or no, she's
She was in The Core.
Oh no, she's in Logan Run, whatever the one with where it's the robbery one from the NASCAR. I'm pretty sure she plays a cop.
Oh,
yeah. So I mean that'll be funny. I am incarcerated. All right, so Hilary Swank, been around. Didn't she win an Oscar for this?
I think so.
Or Boys Don't Cry. One of the two. 40. Yeah, I could see that. I'll say 40 on the nose.
I said 39.
39. Hilary Swank is 42. Oh. So we go to the full game. No one gets one dead nuts on, but we'll see if it is enough.
I think you pulled through. I made.
Well, I don't know because
a little bit of a stretch.
Everyone thought that Manny won.
Shut up.
All right, so I have a final score of 32, and with a final score of 56, Nick is defeated again. It's okay. I'm going to take my winnings, and I'm going to go to Manny's Steakhouse. It's okay. Nick, you just had a rude awakening.
Welcome to Earth.
Let's do some news.
You are fake news. Sir, go ahead. Can you...
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Ain't got time to believe. You can't handle the truth.
The news with Uncle Nick.
All right, Nick, what's going on in the news today?
All right, over the weekend, once my computer freezes here, minor leaguer charged with punching someone at a hotel. So typical Twin Cities minor leaguer. So obviously a player from, thankfully not from the Minnesota St. Paul Saints.
Yeah, this was after the game that we were at on Saturday, which is funny.
Okay, link is still kind of frozen. So okay, so I don't have his name up right now, but he plays for the Railcats. Checky, that's his name. Checky. Yeah. Walked up into just as far as this news story has. He walked up to a wedding reception at the I think it's the St. Paul Hotel, and just clocked someone unprovoked, straight in the face.
Now, from what I saw, that he was benched, and I'm sure he wasn't too happy about that. There's probably some creative liquids involved, and so he's probably pissed off. Probably realized that he's not going to make it to the show. Got a couple of Mickey's Big Mouths in him, and then all of a sudden, bang! But then again, wedding parties, yeah, I feel like if you're going to punch anyone on the power rankings of people to punch, number one being kids at the Ronald McDonald House, they would be like lowest on the list of people you want to punch. I think people, drunk people in a hotel after a wedding reception, especially if it's later, probably top 10. I mean, ISIS Nazis are probably going to be above the drunk wedding party, depending if it's an outdoor wedding party, because I still have issues with that. But yeah, I'm sure that the guy isn't completely blameless here.
I don't know. As I said, as far as from what I'm reading, it sounds like it was all unprovoked. But this is only one article, so I'm not sure if if we get the whole story about this.
Yeah.
But it looks like Anthony Craig Cheeky, a 24-year-old, so a young man. Things happen in hotels.
Well, either way, homeboy got cut, so he's not going back to Gary, Indiana. So I guess it's
Yeah.
A blessing and a curse.
Okay, next story.
The Saints should just keep him because they did not win.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. What's next?
All right. A big story for all your history buffs, if all of you like a little bit of high school history, everyone remembers the name Amelia Earhart. Well, this past week, some shocking news is coming out that there is a photographic evidence of a picture of who may or may not be. It's not yet confirmed that they're saving it for a History Channel special. There might be documented photos that Amelia Earhart survived her mysterious crash somewhere in the Marshall Islands.
Now, I've had this. I've subscribed to this conspiracy theory because, planes don't just disappear, right? I mean, looking back at the Indonesian flight, planes don't just disappear into something as small as the Pacific Ocean. And I always like the idea of, well, I'm sure after she probably died in a prison camp on the Marshall Islands, the Japanese torturing the crap out of her and also her co-pilot Fred Noonan, because they're like, why you spy? Why you spy on us? And yeah,
with that accent.
Yeah, because the Japanese side of me is like the vengeful, like very. I guess that's where the honor part comes in, and also the very suspicious of everyone. Yeah. So when you all of a sudden you see two snow white snowflakes fall out of the sky at a military base where you've been kicking out all Westerners, you all of a sudden you got some questions like, "What are you doing here? You flying around the world? Why you fly around the world? You're a woman. You're a woman with that haircut." Because not only is it the 30s, it's the Japanese are very, very sensitive people. Oh, by the way, I will say, and I can say this as Asians are some of the most racist people out there.
Yeah.
Like super hard, anytime we talk about anything that's, as Americans, that's slightly not completely inclusive, you're like, oh, you're being xenophobic. Japan shut its borders for thousands of years to all outsiders.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to come in? We got some great sushi here. No, you don't want to come in. You want flip-flop? No, you ain't got no flip-flop. You stay out.
Yeah. That sounds a little bit right. Yeah. My cousin is a big fan of Japanese culture. He got his college degree in Japanese something, and he's been over to Japan.
Yeah.
Very few white people there. It's very heavily Japanese.
Maybe that's why half of my people were so isolationist for so long, because they knew it was going to happen. Like, it was going to happen. White man come over, get a taste of our culture, and try to take it back for himself. No. Because you see all of the Asian tattoos with stupid stuff that they're like, oh, it means serenity. No, this means machine dry. Do not on permanent press. Yeah. And then you see all these jabronis with the top knots. See all of you people in the anime, you stole everything.
Whoa. What? Whoa.
Actually, I would love to see if instead of in the 1700s, 1800s, they just stayed isolated, what that would be like now.
Like North Korea.
Yeah.
Maybe to a point. But I mean, obviously because of the world and everything, how it works. I mean, to have the technology we have to. We're all sharing stuff. You kind of have to.
Yeah, and then like one Westerner goes over there. Is like, what happened? Why are you so excited? Oh, well, my team just won the Super Bowl. What Super Bowl? Does that mean larger bowl of rice?
That's ridiculous. That's so funny.
Because it sounds like every Korean grocer.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys, you buy something. Oh, no, bathroom customers only. You buy something, you get out. All right. So, yeah, I kind of want this to be true, but also that means that they died probably horrifically in a prison camp. And like, they probably kept them in stupid sweat boxes, like it's a outdoor wedding in South Central Minnesota in August. Maybe I have some personal beef. I don't know. And then they're probably like just unceremoniously like bayoneted as the Americans are coming through the Marianas Islands.
Who knows? As I said, the special is going to talk about it sometime, I think, towards the end of the month of July. So, I mean, it's obviously the big buzz. And, for me, myself, barely knowing who Amelia Earhart was, other than being like one of the first women to fly transatlantic, in the 30s. I mean, that's a cool thing. It's a neat little history.
But, I mean, it's kind of cheating because she stopped for gas.
Oh, my gosh. The 30s. She's flying with one other person across the world. Most people didn't know that ocean existed yet.
This is in the 30s. This is about 20 years removed from the Red Baron and a stupid biplane. Yeah. Where you had that front machine gun that mechanically knew to stop so you wouldn't shoot your own propellers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. What's next? One more.
Okay. I want to talk about my friend who burned himself. If that's okay. Or do you want the elevator one?
Why your friend burned himself? No, let's do the lime juice.
Okay, the lime juice one. So my good buddy Mark, who has his own podcast, I heard him interview this guy, a local musician, Adam Levy, who we're not talking about because of his music, which I'm sure is fine, but he had a really interesting health scare that I've never heard about. He was prepping for his daughter's graduation party, cutting up a bunch of limes outside during the day. And I don't know if you've ever cut up limes before, but you get the lime acidic acids, the juices on your hands. And if you're outside for a long period of time, an interesting reaction could happen. It's called phytophotodermatitis. And the reaction to your skin, and I hope you guys look up Adam Levy on Facebook if you can. I'm on GoMN.com to find pictures of this, but just a severe redness turned to a huge blister on his hand. It took up like half his hand, how bad the sucker blistered. And there's a fantastic, not light for the eyes, if you're squeamish, video of him at the doctor's office popping this huge blister on his, I believe it's his right hand. It's incredible though, and something I never knew when it come to cutting with fruit.
Oh, we'll just say he got Lyme disease.
Yeah, but incredible, interesting story about something that, I guess parsley, celery, carrots, a lot of citrus food. If you're prepping it outside, just be careful. Wash your hands thoroughly and quickly if you do it, in the summer, especially in the hot days. Otherwise, you could have this crazy reaction. It looks like, because after the fact, it looks like first, second degree burns easily, and blistering as bad as it did. Yeah, it looked pretty dangerous.
Well, that's kind of what he gets for wanting a lime in his beer. Unless it was a Corona, which is fine. But yeah, I wonder if you're like an outdoor bartender and then you're just making like margaritas like from scratch, not from a bottle or a box, like every single day. This got to be a big deal.
Yeah. I would assume more people who do that field outside, they must have strong protection, or they wash their hands thoroughly to do it.
Oh, rest in peace, Adam Levy. You'll be missed.
He's still alive. He's a musician.
He's really going to ruin his love life. Yeah, it was really telling because he came back from the party and he started having blisters at the base of his penis. Like, Adam, what were you doing in the bathroom? Nothing.
Shut up.
Your blisters say, don't say nothing.
I need lotion.
That's the news. Aloe vera.
The news with Uncle Dick.
From the entire Channel 4 news team, I'm Veronica Corningstone.
And I'm Ron Burgundy. Go yourself, San Diego.
Ah! No, I figured it out. It's not a Korean grocer. It's basically just an impression of Scotty Nguyen, the Vietnamese poker player. You call, it's going to be all over, baby.
It sounds like when they make fun of Asian people in Family Guy.
No.
A little bit.
I'm Trisha Takanawa. All right, fine. Something that you can't make fun of is making some cold, hard cash this summer. Anderson Windows is hiring at their Bayport plant, and you want to make some dough? They got 200 jobs open right meow in production. Get out there starting at $15.60 an hour. Great job, great brand, great company. AndersonCareers.com or the link on our sponsor page. Just hit it up and start making some dough. This is a great spot if you want to switch careers or if you know of some high school kid or some college kid, a little millennial. He's playing lots of video games, sitting in the basement all summer. Nope. Kick his ass out. Get him to work. Do it at AndersonCareers.com. Nick, what you got going on this weekend?
Hopefully moving to a new condo. Hopefully I find something about my new living situation.
Now, what is like the deadline? Midnight?
I believe it's tomorrow. It's today. So yeah, I should know because I don't know how often we can extend the closing of this condo. So we're supposed to find out today.
Well, we need to know because we need to know where we're going to throw the keg party.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And that is all. The show's available on iTunes, Stitcher, Radio. And if you enjoy us, tell a friend, spread the word, get it out there, because that's how we grow word of mouth and just putting out a good, consistent product every single day. Hashtag Jerome Army. Thanks, producer Allie Jerome Sorensen, for making me not sound so stupid today. But for Nick, I'm Andy saying Annyeong, sayonara, and bye-bye. We'll talk to you Monday.
Thanks for listening to Bowl with Andy Carlson, Minnesota's 87th best daily podcast. Download the show on iTunes. Everyone's middle name is Jerome.